Hello everybody and welcome to Create Your Nice Day. My name's Aimee Lamdieu and today we're going to be talking about issues. Issues are the reason we have tissues. But in my last two videos, String Theory Part 1 and String Theory Part 2, I used a string, first to symbolize a person's life and then I used it to symbolize a person's day. I got some beads out of a drawer and I used the beads to symbolize a person's problems. I put little snags to symbolize the snags that we get every day, all day long, little snags. And I did all that so that we could get to a point where we agree to start accepting and expecting problems and snags to come. Okay? But today I want to talk to you about issues. And issues are what keep our hands tight in knots, so to speak, along with our stomachs and our heads. But issues are what make us dealing with our problems and our snags seem insurmountable. Issues are the reason people give up. The best way to explain that is to say there's a knot in this string, and I can get it out if I sit here for an hour and a half. But you know what, if you started tying up my fingers, I'd have a lot harder time getting the knot out. And that's what issues do. It's like tying up a finger. So if I'm an alcoholic, it's like tying up a finger. Codependency, tying up another finger. Mental illness, do you see where I'm going here? You end up with 10 issues, it's going to be impossible to get the knot out of the string. Not without somebody doing it for you. Okay, but first, that brings us to sort of like the word of the week. Okay, our vocabulary word for the week this week is determination. Let's refer to Webster. Webster says determination is one of three things: firmness of purpose, the process of establishing something by calculation or research, or controlling something's outcome. Okay, Webster, it's pretty good. But what I say determination is, deciding evolution teeters evenly, realistic messages in, negative attitudes tossed, and I own now. Determination. Get it? D, deciding. E, evolution. T, teeters. E, evenly. R, realistic. M, messages. I, in. N, negative. A, attitudes. T, tossed. I, O, own. N, now. Determination is deciding that your evolution, your development as a person, is a balancing act. It's learning to take more realistic messages in and let go of those self-defeating attitudes. It's coming to the point where you know who you are and you know what you're growing towards. And you just want to have a chance to express that person moment to moment to moment. Determination, Webster's way, there's a tightening up and trying to control the outcome. But determination, my way, is complete peace. It's stretching as far as you can, knowing that at this moment, all is well. So now that we have a more gentle definition of determination, let's think of that when we begin to discuss issues. Well, what is an issue, besides the reason that we need tissues? Issues are the glaring problems that no one wants to talk about. They're the topics that raise eyebrows, cause suicide, and deplete the world of its kindness. Issues feel like the dark side, but actually they can be the ticket to freedom. And for the next 10 weeks or so, I'm going to talk about one specific issue a week and how it affects our ability to manage our lives and our problems. And perhaps we'll even get a chance to talk about how those issues undermine our ability to help other people. Now, there's a million different issues that we could discuss, but I tried to pick the top 10 that I'm most acquainted with. Here's the list that we're going to be talking about. Addiction, otherwise known as more. Codependency, otherwise known as need. Child abuse, otherwise known as parenting. Domestic abuse, otherwise known as love. Poverty, otherwise known as lack. Grief, otherwise known as loss. Mental illness, otherwise known as crazy. Dysfunctional families, otherwise known as this world. Health and weight, otherwise known as more or less. And recovery, otherwise known as sobriety. Now, I don't expect to solve all the world problem in 10 weeks. But I do hope I say something that will help someone. Because I'm not going to give you pat answers or textbook definitions or the equally annoying well-meaning advice. No, what I'm going to give you is the truth. I mean, my truth. What I have actually seen, what I have actually lived through, and what I actually know to be true. And why would I do that? Because there's a lot of people out there who are needlessly suffering and who are hurting. And everybody seems to be looking around for some government agency who's going to get those situations covered. Well, there isn't a government agency covering it. So we've got to help each other. That's all there is to it. Now, I don't know much, and I only know what I know, but I can give you the truth. And that alone has got to be worth the 2 cents that I'm putting in here. There are a lot of people who sit at their computer screens hoping to make a connection. But it's hard to connect when there's a million ads and a million emails and a million sites. But still, I know that after my daughter died, all I could do was do adult coloring and watch YouTube videos. Now that might sound crazy to you, but it got me through. My daughter found herself in a terrible marriage, away from her family out in LA, and she didn't make it. And I guess I feel I owe it to her to try and reach someone, anyone, who might be feeling alone or unlovable or frightened or even all of the above, and say, hey, you know what? It's okay. Because there was a time when I was frightened and I was alone and I felt unlovable. But things changed. Things got better. I learned how to make things better. And I never got a chance to tell her everything that I wish I had. And maybe that in part is what these podcasts are for. But they're for everybody who struggles a little bit from time to time and that could just use a little help or maybe a little reminder. Which is a good transition into the spiritual scavenger hunt cards. I've only gotten about 150 of these out. And what these are is a little poem and then 10 items. I'm asking people to take pictures of those 10 items and then send them to me. If you would like your own spiritual scavenger hunt card, request one through my website, createyourniceday.com. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, create your nice day.